Hello guys, my name is Peter and this is the first video from my project called AxiZ TutorialZ. And this is the detailed intro of the whole project because it's not just a regular tutorials project and I think it needs a little bit of explanation. But before I begin, I want to apologize if my English is not perfect. It won't be perfect, so just sorry. I'm not talking it naturally. It's not my mother language. So let's begin. Like I said, my name is Peter. My last name is Georgiev, but you don't want to remember this, so just remember Peter. I'm from a country called Bulgaria and I'm young, so you should appreciate that I'm doing tutorials for you because I have so much more things to do and I'm doing tutorials. This is good for you. Before we begin, this is the places where you can find me. Just to go there, just click on the boxes which appeared on the screen. This is my project page on Facebook, my personal page on Twitter, my project page on Tumblr, and my personal channel on YouTube. So just click on the boxes and you will go there. Sorry, I had to pause the video here. So let me explain you my purpose and my goals. So you can see 4 things written there, like try to give the new guys a kickstart, show you the path from zero to awesomeness in baby steps, create a full introduction to people who never encountered the 3D world, and make tutorials understandable by everyone. So I want to explain you in more... I forget the word. So I want to explain you. First, why I'm doing this. First of all, I like to give people knowledge that I have and they don't. Like I know something and I would like to help you know this thing too. Also, I think that there's a lot of new guys there that just saw something awesome, like a commercial of McDonald's where a green gnome is playing Harlem Shake, and they just want to do commercial like this, but they don't know how. And it's hard to go on your own because startup impact is really big and you most probably give up if you start alone. So I want to reduce this startup impact and give a kickstart because I didn't start on my own actually. A few years ago I was going on lectures about game development with OpenGL and 3D modeling with 3ds Max, and this was like an awesome kickstart for me, although it depressed me at that time because 3D is hard and depressing if you don't know what you're doing. But this was an awesome kickstart for me and I think not everyone can have such kind of kickstart, and I want to give this kickstart to people that want to do this but can't start on their own. So let's move on. So now let me tell you what exactly is AxiZ TutorialZ. Like it says, it's a complete introduction to the 3D world for absolute beginners. Like if you actually never done anything like 3D modeling, 3D animations, special effects, game development and stuff like this, but you really want to do stuff like this, and this is the perfect place for you. So I'm also a beginner, by the way. I'm not doing 3D stuff for a long time, and if you're in this thing for a few years or more, this is not your tutorials, believe me. I won't teach you anything. Probably you will teach me something, but if you're a new guy, a completely new guy, or guy who just gets started with this, probably this is a good place for you because it will help you. I promise that I'll give my best to make tutorials easy and understandable, and yeah, it's just a good place to start. Also, a purpose of mine is to spread this project to become famous because, well, there's a lot of guys who want to do 3D out there, but they just can't start. Believe me, it's hard to start on your own. It's very hard. So now it's complicated. So 3D is hard. Making tutorials about it, it's even harder. So I have something like a little form of action, and I have a few points on it. So let me tell you these points. Sorry for a moment. Sorry. Okay. My first point is to make full and understandable tutorials. Like, I want to create tutorials that are understandable by everyone. I want to explain every single action I do, like why I clicked there, why I did this, why I did that, and yeah. So you know, you won't only see the tutorial and know that this is how you make a cup and that's it. You know why are you doing this and how to do a cup on your own, probably. And yeah, I want to build knowledge, not only things that will disappear later. I want to build solid knowledge, so I'll make long and explaining tutorials that will be understandable by everyone. I will even improve my talking, I promise. And we'll talk with simple language. I won't use the technical terms. I'll explain everything and I'll do everything in baby steps. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to start from the absolute beginning of 3D. So in the beginning, I won't be even talking about computer graphics. I'll talk about the three axes, the X, the Y, and the Z axis. And I'm going to talk about 3D objects, how to find their coordinates and stuff like this. Like I said, I'll explain everything as good and deep as possible and try to make it fully understandable. Like, I don't know, like, okay, I don't know if you understand me, but I hope you do. I'll explain why I'm doing every single action that I'm doing. So, also, something like a purpose of mine is to give a unique and universal knowledge. You can unique. Okay, that word's not okay. What? Sorry, I made this presentation late in the night, so I'll give you universal knowledge that you can use in any 3D software out there. Like I'll talk about Lightning, and these principles that I'm going to tell you, you will be able to use in 3ds Max or Maya or Cinema 4D and every single 3D software out there. And here is my plan of action. I hope that this looks like a timeline. In the beginning, I will start with absolute fundamental knowledge about three-dimensional stuff, like I said. Then I'll make introduction to something called CG, which is short is every piece of graphics created on a computer. Then I'll make an introduction to 3D computer graphics, like what's 3D computer graphics, like animations, video games, and stuff like this. Then I'm going to start talking about computer 3D graphics and what can you use it for, like commercials and banners and animations, games, the stuff that you can do with 3D. And then I'm going to start the real tutorials where we are going to start modeling stuff. And I'll start teaching you universal principles like lighting and particles that you can use everywhere. Then probably a little bit of post-processing, which is the process of editing the thing you created when it's already a picture. Like you create a model of a car, you render it and it becomes a picture and you edit it in Photoshop so you can add some additional effects. And we'll start doing animations, which is cool. Then more advanced modeling. I'll show you how to sculpt things, which is very useful when you're doing a face. And then I will show you something very cool called camera tracking and object tracking. This is basically used for special effects, like you just film a video of your first day at school and you go at your home, upload it to your computer and you're adding a dragon to the scene. Yes, we will do this, I promise. So There will be no more. Sorry. There will be more random lectures about principles, and then we'll start game development. Why? Because it's cool. I consider it one of the most awesome jobs ever. So yeah, I like games and I like game development. And we'll do a lot of game development. And I'm also going to talk to you about indie games because they're cool, they're different, and I'm also going to release my own indie game, and I'll talk you more about this. Alright, I want to say that this is not my official plan of action. There will be more stuff. More stuff will be displaced. It's not official, but this is in the overview of the plan of action. And of course, there will be more awesome tutorials, which means that after we can do basic stuff, I'll start doing advanced tutorials like how to do food, how to do skin, and things like this. Just awesome things. Okay, so what I'm going to use, I mentioned a lot of software like 3ds Max, Maya, but I'm not going to use 3ds Max or Maya or Cinema 4D because they're paid, first of all, and I want to use only free software for these tutorials. And for the 3D modeling and animation, I used the software called Blender. Blender is awesome, it's free, it's open source, and you can do 3D modeling, compositing, post-processing, animation, special effects, and you can create games in it. It lacks a little bit of popularity, but I hope that it will rise soon enough because there's a lot of people now working its user interface to be changed because it has a little bit of issues, but don't worry, I'll walk you through them. And let's hope that soon enough we'll have a new user interface. And next, but for the game development, I'm going to be using the free version of Unity. Why Unity? Because Unity is cool and Unity is easy. It's very easy to start with and it's very easy to work with. And you can do a lot of stuff very easy because Unity handles almost everything for you. And also it's an awesome engine and supports releasing games for a lot of platforms like just let me record them. It's PC, you can release games for PC, for Mac OS, for Linux, for Android, for Windows Phone 9, no, Windows Phone no, but for BlackBerry, for Windows Store, for Windows, yes I said Windows, for PlayStation 3 and for Xbox 360. I think this is all the platforms. There may be more, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's a lot of platforms as you can see, and you just create everything once and release it for all the platforms. I have plans of creating AxiZ project website, website where I will post all my tutorials, and there will be something like rating system where you'll be able to upload your works after tutorial and other people will rate them, and there will be probably awards, competitions, stuff like this. And I hope that soon enough it will be up and running. But until then, I'll be posting everything on YouTube. So when I talked about website, there will be a little bit of there will be two types of videos that I'm going to post. These types are lectures and tutorials, and there will be different sections for this in the website, but until then I will show you the difference. In lectures, I'm going to talk about universal principles like lightning, particles, how to find inspiration, how to create a good scene, stuff like this. And in tutorials, I'm actually going to show you how to do this stuff. This is the main difference. In tutorials, I'm going to do stuff. In lectures, I'm going to talk stuff. This is the difference. And I placed this slide here to, if I have something more to say. I want again to apologize for my English, I know it's not very good, but it's good enough. I hope that I'll get more popularity, because I think these tutorials will be very helpful for a lot of people. Because 3D is hard, and if you're doing it on your own, it's even harder. And I think that I can give you a push that you probably need. Yeah, this is it, almost. So wait for my first tutorial called Fundamentals of 3D. And by the way, if you click on the red banner at the bottom of the video, you will be able to sorry, I just forgot what I'm going to. So if you click on the red banner at the bottom of the video, it will take you to the playlist on YouTube, where I'm going to post all the videos from AxiZ TutorialZ. And from now on, when I have some important things to show you, I'm going to be showing you like this, a big banner at the bottom of the page. And at last, if you want to ask any questions before the website, because there will be such section there, you can go on my Tumblr, and there is a big button, Ask Me a Question, where you can ask me everything. Just ask, I'll answer you. And links to everything will be in the description of the video. And I think this is it. I hope that you will wait for my first tutorial and tell your friends, tell your brothers and sisters, and tell everyone that I'm doing tutorials. This is it. I hope I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching.